Welcome back to another segment of the MCR. My name's TJ. Please like, share, and subscribe. Quick congratulations to our three winners. Thanks for supporting us, everyone. And this is just our way of saying thank you. A little over 2 weeks ago, an old, prestigious organization has been accused of racism. That organization is the Grand Ole Opry. And even if you're not into country music, I think most everyone is familiar with who they are and their roots in country music. Well, they are now racist. And how did this happen? Well, a little over 2 weeks ago, they deigned to allow Morgan Wallen up on their stage to perform. And this story actually begins a little over a year ago. Morgan Wallen, for those who don't know, Morgan Wallen's like the hottest thing in country right now, okay? But when I first saw a couple of his hits, and they were pretty good hits too. I like country music. They were pretty good hits. And I thought, oh man, this guy's going to get in trouble. He's a young guy. He's going to make lots of money. And I just saw a train wreck in the making, and it happened. It happened. TMZ released a video of Morgan Wallen in a drunken stupor using the N-word with his friends. He didn't call a person of color the N-word. He was just kind of saying it amongst his friends. It sounds like it's almost similar to the way certain ethnicities use it themselves. In any event, he got busted. Radio stations took him off the air. And so now the story gets interesting. He checks himself into an alcohol rehab place because it looked like he might have had a drinking problem. But anyways, he mans up. He owns this. He doesn't make excuses. And he goes on ABC, I think it's called Good Morning America, where this T.J. Holmes is interviewing him. And Morgan Wallen allows himself to be dressed down on television. And just sits there. I mean, I've watched that interview, and when you watch it, he just sits there and takes it like a man. I mean, they couldn't even really fault. I mean, he said what needed to be said. He did what needed to be done, and but guess what? The PC crowd still isn't happy. They're not happy that his fans responded in support of Morgan Wallen. Even after the radio stations quit playing him, he becomes more popular. He becomes so popular that the CMA and the ACM, which are the country music versions of these award shows, they tell Morgan Wallen, even though you're the most popular guy, don't even show your face. And the fans continue to respond to support Morgan Wallen. Now he's like I think he's the highest downloaded artist of all genres now. But the story doesn't end. The story doesn't end there. Morgan Wallen, he collaborates with different groups and artists. And an upcoming songwriter-artist by the name of Ernest wrote and produces a song named Flower Shops. And he has Morgan Wallen sing backup with him on this song. This song, I've listened to this song. It's a great song. It's an old school type of country song. In fact, the guy intentionally wrote it thinking of George Jones and that type of country music. It's an old school country song. It's going to be a #1 hit. Well, because this song is such a hit, the Grand Ole Opry asks Ernest to come and play his song on stage. And they allow Morgan Wallen up on stage with Ernest. They allow Morgan Wallen to sing backup as the song had been originally produced. And now that the Grand Ole Opry has done this, they too must be deemed racist. And when you get right down to it, anyone who associates with Morgan Wallen is now racist. His fans for supporting him are racists. Uh, it it just doesn't end. Morgan Wallen's doing something, and I don't know if I don't want to say I don't want to be cynical, but Morgan Wallen's even collaborating with some rappers, and I don't know if he's doing this as damage control or what. Uh, but other country music singers have collaborated with rappers. Florida Georgia Line did a song where they collaborated with a rapper. So it's not uncommon for country music artists to collaborate with rappers. So Morgan Wallen's doing this also. Are these rappers going to be racist? Well, not them. So and I would ask rhetorically, did Morgan Wallen do anything worse than what the rappers do in their songs when they repeatedly use the N word, the B word, the WH word, if you know what I mean, in describing their interaction and treatment of women? Now I know the answer would be two wrongs don't make a right. You would be correct. But you know what? This selective enforcement or two-tier justice system or whatever you want to call it, it's just getting old. You know, the guy's manned up. He didn't make excuses. He took his hits. He paid his dues. But clearly, it's determined he hasn't paid enough dues. Maybe I don't know. He took $500,000 profit from his songs last year, and $500,000, and contributed to an organization that helps up and coming new black country artists get into the music industry, in country music, because I guess there are a few. And I'll tell you, you know who's a member of the Grand Ole Opry? I don't know how many people realize this. In I want to say 2012, Darius Rucker of Hootie and the Blowfish, he's not Hootie, he'll tell you that in an interview, but Darius Rucker, he now produces country music, and he is a member of the Grand Ole Opry. So since the Grand Ole Opry is racist, and Darius Rucker is a member of the Grand Ole Opry, are they going to say Darius Rucker is a racist? I'm only connecting the dots, as I like to say. No, he's not. No, they aren't. I'm not even convinced Morgan Wallen's racist. He made a horrible mistake for sure, and that's what happens when you don't control yourself and live a life of abandonment, But and then just yesterday, I saw an interview of Senator Kennedy, the Southern Gentile senator. He was being interviewed, and he made the comment, Americans are tired of being called racists. And he was referencing another topic, but I got to feel that's at play here. People are tired of always being a racist. And we here at the MCR, we've kept this primarily a political channel. We've veered off into gun issues occasionally, and every now and then we'll bring up the topic of Christianity. We don't necessarily try to make this a religious channel. Mac and I are a far cry from ordained ministers, but I've got to tell you, without Christianity, I don't know how racism can really be effectively dealt with. One of the tenets of Christianity is forgiveness. And if there isn't forgiveness, then there isn't healing. And without Christianity, we're not going to treat each other with respect. And let's just put it bluntly, the Democrats hate God. If the Democrats had their way, we'd be a 100% pure atheistic society. And if we're a 100% atheistic society, well, good luck with the issue of racism then, I guess. You know what? I don't know. And now I'm starting to ramble. But these are just my thoughts. For quite some time now, I wasn't happy with the way Morgan Wallen was being treated. Then you had what happened at the Grand Ole Opry. And then Senator Kennedy saying yesterday, we're tired of being called racists. So, so much for this segment. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section below. And if you think I'm way off base, kind of explain how I'm way off base. I don't think I am. But in any event, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, everyone, if you're still watching. And as always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.